Good day and welcome to today's Community of Practice session. I hope you enjoyed learning about communities of practice at our last meeting. Today we're really going to focus on our problem of practice, and this is data-driven, focused on the learning needs in your classroom, relevant to your lived learning context. So what is very important today is to understand the value of the input that you will share. We think of reciprocity, and that's the two-way street of learning from and learning with each other. So I encourage you to dream big in looking at ways to tackle these problems of practice, as well as taking the rich learning from this session today back to your sites and sharing that with your colleagues. I'd also like to touch on a few more highlights of the value of communities of practice. So the question is asked, why focus on communities of practice? Let's look at it through the perspective of being a member or part of the community, first through a short-term lens. So the first aspect of being in a community of practice, it helps us with our challenges, or what we call our problem of practice. We know these are informed by data, the information that really lends itself to understanding the needs of our particular students. It also gives us access to expertise, whether a consultant or a subject matter expert from outside our school district. Having access to expertise is critical to giving us the confidence we need to know that together we can address these challenges. It also gives us the opportunity to engage in meaningful work, which ultimately gives us an opportunity to have fun learning from and with our colleagues. Next, let's look at the long-term value for being a member of a community of practice. The first aspect is personal development. This is an opportunity for us to grow in our understanding of great teaching pedagogy and promising practice. Also, reputation for quality learning. And this is very important, particularly when we consider our stakeholders, particularly parents and trustees. It also helps to form our professional identity. It gives us a richer understanding of those aspects of great teaching that help move us forward. It accords us the opportunity to network with other professionals, not just in other schools in our jurisdiction, but also from schools around the province and across the country. It's a way to enhance marketability. So it's an opportunity for you to grow in your professionalism, which perhaps you may have aspirations to look at leadership or other aspects of education. So it's a chance for you to be part of something larger than yourself. Next, let's look through the lens of an organizational perspective, firstly through the short-term value. This gives us a chance to look at the problems that we have, particularly with achievement. So we have some areas where we want to address and make sure that we're helping students to increase in their learning capability. Also, we look at a time savings perspective, bringing people together to learn richly from and with each other. We share our knowledge so that we are not islands unto ourselves as isolated schools or pockets of teachers. Rather, we are a collective sharing through socially constructed means our wisdom, our knowledge, building synergies across all of our teams. And finally, we look at the organizational perspective, long-term values, which basically enhances our strategic capability. It keeps us abreast of the latest research and practice. It's truly innovative. It's an opportunity for us to look at big ideas and come together with creative solutions. It helps us to retain the talents within our district, but also not be afraid to share those talents where they are required as well. And certainly gives us new strategies. So when we talk about resources and creating resources that will have impact and have a purpose, these strategies certainly help us deploy our resources and manage our resources in a very productive manner. I want to thank you for your participation today, and I encourage you to continue learning from and with each other as we venture forward with our communities of practice. Have a great session, everyone.